Hey there, McAllister with Toasty DIY, and today I wanted to go over a method of building a commander deck that someone made a video about called the Cube Method, and I want to go over just building a deck, trying to use that, and see how quickly it'll allow you to build one. With this, the commander I want to run is Ariete of the Charmed Apple. Each creature that's enchanted by an aura you control can't attack me or a planeswalker I control, so it's not like goading. They don't have to attack, but they can never attack me, which I like. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of auras you control. So, ideally for me, I want to build out a deck that's like an aura enchantment deck, which is kind of like a Voltron theme, but I'll be also enchanting people's creatures that aren't mine, and hopefully I'll be able to keep those buffs somewhere between, like, either these are buffs that are really good for me and these are buffs good to throw on someone else. And so I've not used white and black much. I do run a Boros deck, but I mostly run equipment in there. So I only really run white for removal and protection, so I think that'll be easy. In general, we're going to go through building the deck, and the cube method kind of states that you'll have 32 lands. So we look at 32 lands, and those will go right in the deck. I'm going to start out by just having it be flat black and flat white lands, just plains and swamps out the gate, and then I will adjust that mana base later. But for this initial deck list, that's how I'm going to do it, because it's going to make life easier. So the idea is you have 8 ramp, 8 protection, 8 card draw, 8 removal, 8 themed cards, whatever theme you decide on, and then 8 theme 2 cards, then support for both these themes, then staple cards. So what we're going to do first, and the way that I'm going to find out what theme to go with, is I'm just going to look at EDHREC to kind of see what people say is very synergistic with this. High synergy cards. We have Saram. Whenever you cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, draw a card. Well, that's easy for card draw, so we'll go ahead and say, like, Saram needs to join us, so we'll grab him, Saram, because I like that no matter what. He's going to function as a card draw for us, so I'll mark down 1 for card draw for each aura attached to it. Okay, cool. So that's gonna be theme 1 card. Killian the Ink Duelist. Okay, that's interesting. It makes things cost less to do that. Yeah, he's really good, so we're gonna grab him. The Ink Duelist. That's gonna be theme as well. The main theme of adding auras onto people. All that glitters. Enchant creature. Creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and enchantment you control. Yeah, that's pretty good. So all that glitters. 1, 2, 3. All that glitters is going to be a theme. I'm going to call that a theme 2 card. I'm going to keep theme 2 being the auras themselves, the ones that I just really like for doing that. Oh, this Mesa Enchantress. Well, I should have seen that one first. That one's really good. We'll add that to the deck, and that will be under card draw as well. This is just a good way. EDHREC has so many cards. People have already found out what the best synergy cards are. So I'm leaving some alone because I don't really get them. And the thing is, I wouldn't pilot them well because I wouldn't understand. Enchanted creature when Sage's Reverie enters the battlefield, draw a card for each aura you control as attached creature. Oh yeah, and that's gonna go under card draw as well. Parasitic Impetus. Enchanted creature +2/+2 and is goaded. Whenever a creature attacks, it loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Oh, that is amazing. I'd love to enchant with auras that don't give them any bonus. I was afraid that the only option of auras was going to be ones that give them bonuses. And maybe I was just going to use it to, like, buff them so they don't attack me as a politic piece, but it's nice. Ethereal Armor, that's great too. Wow. See, I love that this gets the wheel spinning. So now I don't have to think too hard about what the theme's going to be because I see these coming together. Hateful Eidolon, enchantment creature spirit, lifelink. When enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you control that was attached to it. Hateful Eidolon. We're at 4 card draw already, which is nice. The lifelink and whatnot's just bonuses. I like these. Starfield Mystic. I really like that. Let's see. Enchanted creature, planeswalker you control. I'm going to call that Ghost Form a support card. I don't think it's main to the theme. I just think it's good enough to fit in there. Ghoulish Impetus. So is Impetus just the keyword for putting an enchantment on someone else? Because that's the second card to have this Impetus in it. That's phenomenal. That goes in theme 2. This deck is black and white. So Martial Impetus. Yeah, we'll add Martial Impetus as well. We'll call him a theme 1 because he's a creature that deals with auras and he likes that. Spirit Link, enchanted creature. When enchanted creature deals damage, you gain that much life, so it gives them life link. Doesn't say it has to be mine, so we will take that. And we'll add that to theme 2. Minions return. Enchanted creature dies. Return that card to the battlefield under your control. I can flash that on to something as it dies and then take control of it, so I like that a lot. Transcendent Envoy, flying. Our spells you cost have 1 less. Cost 1 less. We'll add them for now as support. We'll just go ahead and throw that in there. Denitha Capession, Paragon, First Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink. She's a good one to equip and gives us bonuses to that. I have her in my other deck too. I really like this, like Voltron. I think that's probably my favorite theme of deck. I just like this Voltron version because it goes in a little bit wider. I'll add her in as a mainstay. She's a good theme creature. When Lord Skitter's Blessing enters the battlefield, create a Wicked Roll token attached to target creature at the beginning of your end step. Control the creature, lose 1 life, and draw an additional card. Honestly, maybe it sounds like a dumb thing, but I don't like having to read that much when I'm playing Commander. There's just too much going on for me, so I'm not going to worry about that. Let's see. Pearl Ear, Ambassador Advisor, Lifelink Enchantment. Whenever you cast an aura spell that modifies target permanent, draw a card. Ooh, I like that. Pearl Ear, Imperial. All right, it's Pearl. We'll add that to the deck. And we will call that card draw, giving us our 5th card draw card. So this is coming together a lot easier than a lot of decks I've built. And getting to tutor is always good support. I'm going to get Heliod the Sun Crown just because if I have the Pilgrim, I'd like to have him in the deck for the fun. So I'm going to call that a pet card and just put it under support. Oh, wait, he's an $8 card. I'll add him. I'll remove him later if I don't like him. But I will play $8 for a God card. I think those are cool, but I don't own any. Sun Titan, that's always just like put in there. You may return target permanent card with mana value. I mean, I need to have Sun Titan just because that's going to go. So that's going to go under the staple section. Like, I just have to have them because they're good. Hero of Eros. Call that support. I don't think he's necessarily the creature I want, but he will do something for me. Eidolon of Countless Battles. Bestow. Eidolon of Countless Battles, an enchanted creature. Get +1/+1 for each creature you control and for +1 for each aura. Oh, Eidolon of Countless. That guy's got to go in. Yeah, he's a main theme. I'm going to get Umbra Mystic because I think that's interesting. It, stops them from dying. I'm going to call that support. You gain 1 life, pay this. Each opponent gains 1, lose 1. Yeah, I'm going to do Underworld Coinsmith. So I like that just everyone loses life, I gain life. That's going to be my kind of goal, is hit the whole table every time. And I will call him a support, meaning that my support category is done. We're now going to move on to just sorceries and instants. Here we go. I mean, Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares, those are good to have removal. I'm just going to write down, I think, those because, I'll go ahead and get them added. Dawn's Truce is good. I think I actually have a copy of that, so I'll call that under protection. But honestly, now you've seen how the method kind of works. I like EDH Rec because I feel like they have already gone through a lot of the deciding for me, and I just grab cards that are in the wheelhouse of what I can spend. And like I said, to get a first draft together, you could see that this is about where I am. We could see almost two entire categories are done. We have support done, theme 2 is almost done, and theme 1 is almost done. And with those decided, really then it's just about picking card draw, protection, and ramp that fits in my theme. So I probably look for protection cards that are enchantment auras instead of just protections as normal, to stick with my little idea that I have. But for me, it makes it a lot easier because I like doing tribal decks, and I just feel this nagging urge to not include cards that don't really fit into my idea of what this deck should be. Like my Fighting Boros deck is a lot of goblins, warriors, and core, and it kind of pains me when I have to add in like a Sun Titan staple. I just don't want to add that in because I want to have my other things. So I found protection and ramp that was within my theme that I felt didn't throw it off too hard and was fun. And then as I started losing or winning, I would supplement out different protection because now I'm more willing to build a deck that works more than one that is just super fun. But EDH to me is supposed to be a fun format, not necessarily a winning format. You're facing 4 people. You can't guarantee a win. All you have to do is, for me, guarantee that I get to do my bit before I die. If I don't get to do my bit, if I don't deal at least like 10 damage to each player and gain 10 life because of the cursed apple lady, then I'm really not doing what I want to in this deck. So thank you all for watching. If you have any comments, leave them down below. Any questions? Sorry I didn't finish this deck list, but honestly, this is 26 minutes in as far as the recording goes, and I can't be spending the rest of my day filling cards when I'm only this close to being done. But I hope this showed you what the capability of this method is. It made it a lot more narrow for me. Sometimes I work better within guide rails, and I thought it was good. So thank you all for watching, and take care. Peace.